Alex Pereira versus Khamzat Chimaev is the most unique matchup that the UFC could possibly make. And let me tell you why. And first off, it seems like this fight might actually be happening, right? Because I made a video, what's next for Alex Pereira, and it doesn't really seem like it's anyone from the light heavyweight division because Pereira says he's not fighting Magomed Ankalaev. And if he's not fighting Ankalaev, then who the fuck else would he possibly be fighting in the light heavyweight division? So a lot of people speculate this fight is seriously going to happen. And if it does, it is one of the most unique fights that we've ever seen in the UFC. And first off, these guys have entirely opposite skill sets, right? Pereira is the kickboxer, the knockout artist who knocks everyone out, who has one of the craziest leg kicks or calf kicks to ever deal with, right? And Khamzat Chimaev is the the best offensive wrestler in the UFC ever, probably. I mean, look at what this guy did to Kamaru Usman. He 10-8'd Kamaru Usman in the first round. Like, nobody does that to Usman. Like, how? And look what he did to Robert Whittaker. Sure, some people say that the finish is kind of fluky because it wasn't really a like locked-in choke. It was when he pushed on the front teeth of Robert Whittaker, causing the teeth to causing his teeth to break. But I mean, that's still a testament to his strength and his elite grappling, being able to control Robert Whittaker and get him to that position in the first place, right? So I don't have we ever seen skill sets on this like opposite ends of the spectrum, right? But there is another factor to add into this, is that there's a huge size difference here. Pereira is like 6'4", or I mean, it says that he's 6'4", but I feel like he's taller, right? Like, you see pictures of this guy next to like Tyson Fury or something, and he's like not even that much smaller. So, but he's like a huge dude though. So, but I mean, it says he's 6'4", but you know, maybe he's 6'5", maybe Jama's out there for the short kings or something. And Khamzat Chimaev, right? He's six. I think he's like 6'1", and he used to fight down at welterweight, which is pretty small. He'd be going up another division again, and a lot of people think that that might not be necessary, but at UFC 306, no 308, they had to extend the weigh-in time an hour for Khamzat Chimaev just so he could actually make weight, which is kind of crazy, knowing that like he doesn't even look that big. He just got a fucked up immune system, I guess, right? So, but I saw a picture of Khamzat Chimaev next to Alexander Gustafsson, and Gustafsson completely was way bigger than him, and Pereira outsizes Gustafsson, right? So there's a huge size difference, and Pereira has the size advantage, which I said in an earlier video that I think this is a clear mismatch. I said that Khamzat Chimaev is the best offensive wrestler, and Pereira, whose one weakness is the wrestling, I said it was obviously going to be Khamzat Chimaev who wins. But now I'm just starting to think, and because the size difference, Khamzat looked way smaller compared to Gustafsson. I saw some picture. I'm going to have to try to find it, but Khamzat looked so much smaller than I thought he would, and Pereira would make him look, like a completely different weight class, which he essentially is, right? He used to fight at welterweight, doesn't anymore, but Pereira would absolutely mog him, right? But there's only two ways that this fight could possibly play out, right? Either Khamzat Chimaev, submits him in the first round or two, or Pereira knocks him out. That's it. Nothing else could possibly happen with this fight. And I don't think this fight should happen. I think it should pretty clearly be Magomed Ankalaev, right? But if that's not going to happen, I don't even understand why Khamzat would be getting a title shot. He wasn't even the champion in his own division. He was just a contender who fought once a year. He barely fought. He barely could even make weight. So I can understand if he needs to go up to light heavyweight, but getting an immediate title shot over Ankalaev, I'd be pissed the fuck off if I was Magomed Ankalaev, right? And I talked about this a little bit in some other videos, but it goes to show the UFC is not about being the best fighter. It's just about entertainment. Khamzat Chimaev is a big name. Alex Pereira is a big name, so it's a super big fight. And, I don't want to see it, but I kind of do because it's such a unique fight that it just makes me go, like, what the fuck is this? Like this fight is such opposite ends of the spectrum. I can't even think of, like, a fight to compare this to, Like, Khabib versus Conor was a striker against a wrestler, but not to this extent, right? Like Khamzat Chimaev, what he does, within the first 15 seconds of the fight, He was gonna, crawl at you and try to take you down, 100% take you down. No one can defend this guy in the first round. And Alex Pereira, you know what he wants to do. He wants to knock you out. So, and I don't know if there has ever been a matchup like this. And part of me is like, no, 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 we should go for the rightful contender. But part of me is just like, dude, this is such a weird matchup. I have to see it. Is this fight happening? I don't know, man, because I saw somewhere there was a news source that is, usually pretty accurate. This is that this fight is being speculated, at least or talked about. Um, I feel like it would be very hard for the UFC to justify this fight over Magomed and Goliath. So, and also, I kind of wanted to see Khamzat versus DDP or Khamzat versus Strickland, whoever wins that fight. I kind of wanted to see that, and I probably want to see that more than this fight. This fight is like a fight that's there, but it doesn't make any sense. But it's just the weirdest possible thing that you could even do. Like, this is like the weirdest matchup that you could possibly do in the UFC right now. So, will this fight happen? I honestly, I think it's good. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. God, dude, what a fucking weird fight. Just a short video, but let me know what you think. Should this fight happen? Should it not happen? Who's gonna win? Because, at first I said Hamza was just gonna ragdoll him, but Pereira's so much bigger. And he's gonna be way stronger. Maybe Pereira really can just stand up. So, I don't know. It's one of those fights that it's like such a weird fight to even try to predict. Like, if you look at all, like, you can't predict this one on paper, right? You can write down on paper, here's why this guy wins, here's why this guy wins. No. It's one of those fights that you just have to fucking guess entirely, in my opinion. Yeah, but that's about it.